Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Steven here. This video is in reference to the pugs, as you can see, well aware. I mean, what you're looking at, you can tell it's pug related. This is my second litter. I'm not sure. My head is all screwy these last couple of days. Been bombarded. July 1st was my first litter that popped out. That was mommy who gave birth. And then I'm thinking, okay, July 1st, I'm thinking normally the last few times that I had back-to-back birth, it was normally like a week or 2 weeks afterwards, the next one would give birth. Well, July 5th, July 4th going into 5th, Sweepy here turned out and spit out her litter. So it's crazy because anybody who has a female pugs and has babies knows exactly what I'm going through. There's no labor. It's all stress related. As I think I mentioned in one of my videos, normally the mother does it all. I'm there supervising. The only thing that I've noticed that I've had to do is break the sacks. The little babies, they come out in sacks, and it's either my pugs are dumb or they don't really know, but they don't break open a sack, and I've lost a puppy that way. So now, and no lie, I've honestly, I've bonded with all with my girl dogs. I've bonded to the point that I could be outdoors working or whatever, they will hold. If they gotta push, like if they feel like they're going into labor and it's coming out, they will hold it until I know it. I know it for a fact. But anyway, this is like, man, my, let's see, 4, 8, 12. This is like my 14th litter over the years. And they come out in little sacks. I'll break open the sack. The unfortunate thing is that I've, as most of you who have female pugs and have gone through this, the mother will eat the placenta, and that is so gross. Okay, so normally, like I said, I'll break open the sack. I got my medical gloves. I got my little scissors. I'll cut the placenta off, the umbilical cord off the baby, and the mother start cleaning. And without her noticing, I'll throw the placenta away. I know the vet told me that wasn't a good thing, that the placenta has nutrients and all that stuff in there, but it's so grotesque, But regardless, right? Afterwards, the mother pretty much, everything is on her. She'll pretty much, her job is to feed the baby, clean the baby, blase, and I supervise. But, it's like, you get worried because a lot of them, as you see, right now, they're knocked out. Sweepy had 4. This one, look at this one here. They got a nasty habit. Of burying themselves under the mother, under her, under the body or whatever. And that is scary. I've lost a puppy that way. They suffocated. I know they're going under there for the nipple as well as I think they're looking for the warmth. And why I say that is because I've also mentioned this on the videos. Even my big dogs, I have 8 of them. Believe it or not, to go to sleep, when they go to sleep at night, they're all bunched up on top of each other. It's just something, I don't know. It's something that's just the way pugs are. Unless it's mine's only, but they all sleep on top of each other, whatever. And you'll notice that with the little babies. They pretty much, for the first 7, 8 days, their eyes are closed. And supposedly they can't hear anything. Around the 7th, 8th, 9th day, all of a sudden, pow, the eyes open up. I'm assuming within the 7, 8 days, their eyes are developing or whatever, but it's a beautiful thing, And then supposedly they start hearing things. But for now, for the first 7, 8 days that they can't see, they can't hear nothing, I guess everything is like instincts, animal instincts. And it's crazy because, they're as you see right now, they're knocked out. It is, what is it? It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Lately, since them giving birth, well, should I say she started at 12:30 in the morning and then didn't finish up till 4 o'clock in the morning. So now the kick in the butt is I got those hours stuck where I'm not going to sleep, like I'm staying up at that time of the night, but I'm jumping around. I got one cage here. This is half of a cage. This is one plastic big large cage that I got it in half. Sweepy's on one side of the living room, and then if you go to the other side of the living room, over there by my parrot, the other cage is on the bottom there, and that's where Mommy's at with her babies. And then the parrot, that's Elena. Okay, she is a trip. Okay, anybody who has a parrot knows. She's 8 years old. I've had her when she was a little baby. You see the cage door is open. I leave the cage door open. She comes out. The dogs don't bother her. And then one thing you see over there, she kind of like peeled the paper away that after all this puppy thing is done, I'm going to paint the living room over again. But Elena has a nasty habit. I got stuff on that table over there. I got stereo equipment, my Star Wars collection. I got stuff there worth a shitload of money. And Elena has a nasty habit. She'll perch herself on there. Now, mind you, people tell me, well, then close the cage. This way, she doesn't destroy anything. But, I don't know. That's not me. I like giving them their freedom. I'll be sitting down here on the sofa. She'll get out of her cage. I'll be sitting on the sofa on my laptop or whatever, eating something or whatever the case, munching out on something. She'll come out of her cage, go on the armrest, and she'll actually sit on my leg and eat with me. I guess you could say I'm a very animal-oriented person. Okay, I love animals. Animals, there's nothing but pure innocence with an animal. Compared to a human, come on. As we all know, humans can be so devious. They could be corrupt. I mean, that's unfortunate. And not to say that I'm some animal fanatic, but I just, believe it or not, I'd rather deal with animals than with humans or whatever, I think my brother, I'm not sure if he's still doing it, but I got a brother that lives over in Jim Thorpe, and he goes hunting. I think it's in November, December, something like that. Hunting season kicks in. I can't do it. I ain't got the heart to do it. I mean, when I lived in the Poconos or whatsoever, you would see animals would come right up to your door. Okay, I lived in a development called Pocono Country Place, and right now it's all built up that, forget about it. The building of so many homes have taken, are just pushing animals, whatever. But anyway, the deers would come by. I would have them in the backyard or whatever, and you see the deers. They're out there. Animals are out there just like us. They're out there just trying to survive. And when you see them with their little babies out there, to me, they're out there. Humans, animals, we're just different species, and they're out there trying to survive just like we are. You see how she's very curious about the little babies. Okay, she won't hurt them. She's a very good parrot. That Elena now, I tell you, she's 8 years old. She's very interested. She sees what I'm going through. I'm jumping around from one cage to the other cage. Let's see. Okay. Mommies are very good. She's very good with her baby. She's very protective. She's always cleaning them. They're getting big. As you can see, they're getting big. If you watch the first video that I shot I think they were only a couple of hours. No, leave that alone. They were like an hour old or whatever. Lengthwise, they're like 4 or 5 inches in lengthwise. And then they're like shit, I couldn't tell you weight-wise, 5 ounces, or not a pound, nowhere near a pound. Um, but and then from the minute they get out, yo, they're a non-stop eating. They eat, sleep, eat, sleep, eat, sleep, and it's beautiful. You're actually, you guys don't get to see it, okay? But when you're around this every day until they're 8 weeks now, every day you see something different. You're like, you're seeing their body going through changes or whatsoever. Cut it out. Cut it out. Get in the cage. Get in the cage. Go. But you're seeing the body go through some changes or whatsoever. And baby girl, I love you. I love you, mommy. Yeah. You give her a little attention and forget about it. That's all she wrote. Here, she's gonna come over. Come on, come over here. Come on. Come say hello to everybody. Come on, mommy. Come on. But anyway, with the little babies, you're seeing them every day. You're seeing something like their bodies are getting big. Come on, mommy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, mommy. But so anyway, what I wanted, right? I was looking for somebody. I'm gonna go on YouTube after I'm done with this video. The panting. As we all know, dogs, there's different reasons why they pant. Believe it or not, for the last week or two that it's been stupid hot. It's been like upper 90s, 95, 97. It's ridiculous. I've not shut off my air conditioners going on 2 weeks straight. I mean, PP&L is having a field day with me, but so be it, you know. My babies are important, just as I am. I want to be comfortable as well, but pugs, they don't like the heat. They don't have, my opinion, they don't have breathing problems per se yet. But the vet told me as they get older, every so often right now I'll notice they'll have like they'll have like an asthma attack or whatsoever, okay? And then the vet told me as they start getting older, my oldest pug is Sweepy, and she is, I think, 5 now? 5 years that I've had her. The oldest is 5. Supposedly they have a 15-year lifespan or whatsoever. I hope many more years, but the vet was the one that was telling me as they get older, they start to develop problems because of the way their face is pushed in or whatsoever. But to this, at this moment, they breathe fine. They no problems at all. But regardless, the panting, when I do happen to take them out and it's a hot day, as we all know, dogs don't sweat like humans do. Cut it out. Dogs don't sweat. They let out the heat through their panting. You know, all that crazy shit, which can get annoying, okay? I'll be in the car and they're driving me up the wall. You have, well, I don't take all 8 of them no more with me. I'll have 4 or whatever. But you'll have 4 of them surrounding you. It can get to you, okay? But that, when they're panting and it's hot, I already know, okay, they're letting out their heat. You know, they're letting out the heat from their body, okay? Then the panting when they go into labor. Oh my God, I could tell. I have this down like a science. I could actually tell you when I went through the first pregnancy, I was crazy. I was Googling. I was calling everybody who had animals. What do I gotta do? Is there anything I've experienced my 2 kids, my kid's mother giving birth to my 2 kids. So I knew how crazy that was. I'm saying, oh my God, here I am with no doctor. I'm going to let the animal do it all. Now, 3 years later, 4 years later, forget about it. I'm a professional now. I got my little box of, the doctor medical gloves, whatever the hell you want to call them. My scissors to cut the umbilical cord. Cut it out. Cut it out. Get in the cage. Get. Get in the cage. Get in the cage. Cut it out. But anyway, what I wanted to ask anybody who has a pugs, and if you're watching this video, after they give birth, like I said, panting when it's hot is them letting the heat out, and then the panting just before, like when they're in labor, just before they're giving birth. That's how I know they're in labor, because of the way they're panting, the way they'll be scratching at the floor, whatever. I already know they're going in labor. But and then afterwards, okay, right now mommy's knocked out, but when she'll get up, I don't know, she's panting like as if she was still in labor. So I got to ask the vet too, but I was hoping I'm gonna go on YouTube, and like I YouTube everything. Forget about it. Millions of people online. I can't be the only one who's gone through this. So I'm assuming, what better person to get advice from but somebody who's gone through what I'm going through. So if you got a pug, female pug, and you've gone through the birth just like what I'm going through, and you got an idea, or exactly the panting after birth. After giving birth, the dog is still panting, like a maniac, as if she was still in labor or whatever. Which, mommy gave birth July 1st, it's July 5th now, July 6th, 5th, whatever. And she's still panting like a maniac. And it can't be hot because we're in the house, it's got to be like 60, 65 degrees in here. So I know it ain't the heat. But again, if you got a pug and you got an idea of what I'm asking, please leave a comment below. I read all comments, I want to get an idea. Is it something I should worry about? I don't think so. Now, I've heard stories that after an animal gives birth, it's a good thing. And I'm going to call the vet, see if he has time to come by. I've heard stories that there's been time a dog has given birth, and crazy as it may sound, the dog might still have one days later, may still have a puppy in her. I'm hoping, God, oh my God, God forbid. When she wakes up, I'll feel her stomach around or what. I haven't done that, but I forget who the hell said that. Somebody was saying that, made a comment that they've experienced it or they've heard stories. Again, if you got a female pug, your pug is giving birth. She's panted after giving birth, not before. After giving birth for a couple of days, she's panting. You got an idea of what that is? Comment below. Let me know what's going on. Is it something I should worry about? I'm gonna look on YouTube. I'm also gonna call the vet. My vet is funny. I live right next door to an animal hospital. He's got cushy hours. He opens up at 8 o'clock, and I think he closes at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I like that part. In case, God forbid, anything happens to my animals, between the hours of 8 at night to 4 in the morning, when the average, cut it out, when the average vet is closed, the animal hospital right next door to me, they're open, okay? But again, I say, if you got an idea of what I'm talking about, comment below. Let me know. I wanna get people's input and see if it's something I should be worrying about. Sweepy, the second female that had puppies, she already gave. It's a day now. A day has gone by. No panting out of her. But this one here, mommy, 5 days later, and she's still panting like as if she was in labor. I'm hoping, she don't seem. I mean, after the puppies, like when they get to that point when they start eating or whatsoever, like around 7 weeks, between 6 and 7 weeks, they start eating on their own. I take them next door, and then the vet will pretty much, take a look at at the mother, and she's giving another. I think he's Pakistani or something like that. Real good doctor. He's a pug fanatic. He's got. You go into his office, he has pictures of his pugs and all that. So I can relate with him, and it's like I'll say it again. I give female animals much respect. A female human, when they give birth, they'll go to the hospital. they'll get pumped up with epidural, painkillers, you name it. Okay, I'm not knocking them. Like I said, I was in there twice to see my kids come out, and oh my God, I remember the look that my kid's mother had on her face, like she wanted to choke me. Okay, and it's a beautiful. I cried both times. My daughter was the first to come out, then my son. And it's a beautiful experience because you're actually seeing, like, I contributed. Crazy thing, real quick story before I end this video. Crazy thing is, I've come across some people, okay, in my line of work, I deal with the public, okay? I've come across people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, never had kids. And in my mind, I'm saying, damn, what would it be like without having kids? You know, like, I don't know. My kids are like, they're my push. You know, they because of my kids, I get up and I go out there and I do what I got to do to better myself. Because of my kids, I bought the houses. You know, trying to make sure that God forbid that day comes when I go, they have something. You know, the same way my father, may he rest in peace. My father was very well off. When he passed away, he took care of me and my brothers, and I guess, I don't know, it's tradition. You know, you want to make sure that when you pass away, your kids, rule one, or should I say, first off, I don't want my kids paying for my funeral. When I paid for my dad, well, I used my dad's money, okay? It was over 15 grand. You know, I mean, who has 15 grand? My father just passed away. There's no such thing as like making an appointment. Oh, on this particular day, your father's going to die. It just happened out of nowhere. I have a few grand stashed in the bank in case, God forbid, something in the house goes, furnace, or just something stupid. You need a few grand emergency. I got that. But 15 grand, and that's just to pay. The funeral parlor came and picked them up out of the hospital, did the embalming. It was like $1,200-1,300 to open up a hole, to dig a hole. Okay, my father has had a plot paid for already for my grandfather's in the bottom, my mother's on top of my grandfather, and then my father's the last one that went into that hole. But it was $1,400 to open that hole. Okay. It came out to over 15 grand, but God, it's just, if you're not prepared, I want to make sure my kids ain't paying or struggling to pay for my funeral. But anyway, like your kids give you your push, and just to chit chat with anybody who's up in that age, you know, like old, 40, 50, 60, that's not old, but you know what I mean. And they never had kids. That's crazy, you know. Like, I mean, I envy some of it because they get to keep all their money. You know, over the years, I do good. Okay, money comes in, and the kids need this, the kids need that, and easy come, easy go. You know, but whatever. I don't even know how I got into that story. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna end this video. Again, I'm looking for somebody, if anybody who has a female pug and is giving birth, and you know what I'm talking about, the panting. I'm trying to figure out why the panting after birth. She was going on 4 days afterwards, and she's still panting like a maniac or whatever. Right now, she's knocked out, so she's quiet or whatsoever. But if you have any clues to what I'm talking about, comment below. And thank you. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for your patronage. As I said, I put my little ad on Craigslist a couple of days ago. Yo, the very next day, if everybody stays to their word, all the puppies are pretty much sold. But normally, somebody always backs out. Oh, I don't got the money at the moment, blah, blah, blah. So I keep the ads going. Because you just can't depend on, it's human nature. And then my My I got a I got some, I don't know, I got some person on Craigslist that follows me for years. Oh my god. He or she looks for my ads so they could delete them, flag them, whatever. Like I'll say it again. I could not imagine me waking up every morning thinking about a particular person. And that's what it feels like with this person. I put on my little ads, and all of a sudden they're knocking them off. They can't knock them off now. I mean, they can knock them off depending what section of Craigslist you put them on or whatever. And it's funny because, like, I don't bother nobody. I go on Craigslist, I put my goddamn ads. I'm minding my own business. I don't care what the next person is doing. It's none of my business. Everybody's entitled to do whatever they got to do. I'm worrying about me and my closest. But this particular person, when I started putting my ads on, he was knocking them, and this was like, it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I was putting them on, and son of a gun happened to be awake, and oh, let me delete his shit, let me flag his shit so he can't make no money. Blah blah. Blah. Are you kidding me? You know what I mean? Are you kidding me? Very next day, I posted them up, but I paid for it this time, and oh, damn, they sold out. I could actually say I'm sold. Now I got two puppies, two females that gave birth. I'm not sure, but I think the third female, Bella, I think she's pregnant. She's not showing yet, but I know she got stuck. Okay, so you know what they say, when they get stuck, you can actually say they're pregnant, but that one hasn't given birth yet. She hasn't shown yet, but oh my God, there's a big demand for these dogs. So for my Craigslist my big fan on Craigslist, you look for my goddamn ads and all that. Whatever. I don't even want to get into it. Hey, everybody, have a great day. And today is, what is today? Today is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Friday. Hey, remember that song? Shows you how old I am. Well, everybody have a great Friday. Again, I'm saying, if you got a female pug and you know what I'm talking about, the panting afterbirth, please comment below. Let me know. Is it something I should worry about? You know, let me know. Have a great day. Talk to you guys in a couple of days, or tonight or tomorrow. All right? See ya.